My friends, there comes a moment when life asks you a question, and that question is simple. Are you willing to stop living in your story and start living in your vision? So many of us rehearse the same old stories. Stories of failure, stories of rejection, stories of pain. And we play those stories like a broken record until they become the soundtrack of our lives. But Lisa Nichols teaches us something powerful. Your past is not a prison sentence. It's a classroom. It's not the headline of your future. It's just a chapter in your book. The truth is, your vision can't be fueled by excuses. Your dream can't survive on your doubts. You've got to give yourself permission to live full, love full, and show up in a way that makes the world take notice. The moment you stop negotiating with your worth and start standing in it, that's the moment your life begins to transform. Don't shrink to fit into places you've outgrown. Don't silence your voice to make others comfortable. Don't apologize for being powerful. Because as Lisa says, your story is not who you are. It's just the path you walk to become who you are. So today I challenge you. Break up with your excuses. Break up with your smallness. Break up with your fear. And step fully into the life you were designed to live. Too many people spend their lives rehearsing the pain of their past instead of rehearsing the possibilities of their future. We wake up every day, and before our feet even hit the floor, our mind is already telling us the same tired story. I'm not enough. I've failed too many times. Nobody supports me. Life is unfair, and we don't even realize that every time we repeat that story, we're giving it new life. We're feeding it. We're strengthening the very chains that keep us bound. Living in your story is like trying to drive a car while staring only in the rearview mirror. You cannot see the open road ahead because your eyes are locked on what's behind you. And no matter how fast you press the accelerator, you'll keep crashing into obstacles because your focus is backward, not forward. That's why so many dreams never make it out of people's hearts, because they keep rewinding their pain instead of fast forwarding their vision. Your story will tell you what went wrong. Your story will remind you of who hurt you, who left you, who doubted you. And if you aren't careful, you'll start believing your story is your identity. But hear me clearly, your story is not who you are. It's simply what happened. The moment you separate yourself from the event, the mistake, or the setback, you regain the power to create a different future. You are not your story. You are the author of what comes next. Living in your vision means shifting your focus from what happened to what's possible. It means waking up and rehearsing not your failures, but your future. It means standing in front of the mirror and speaking not about what broke you, but about what's being built through you. Your vision asks you to trade in your excuses for execution, your fear for faith, and your doubts for determination. It doesn't ignore your story. It just refuses to be trapped by it. When you begin to live in your vision, you start to operate differently. You walk taller, you speak louder, and you move with intention. People notice the change, not because your circumstances have shifted overnight, but because your perspective has. Vision pulls you forward while your story tries to hold you back. The question is, which one are you feeding every day? Your past is not a life sentence. It is not a set of iron bars holding you captive. Too many people confuse what they went through with who they are. They wear their past like a name tag, introducing themselves with their wounds instead of their worth. But the truth is, your past doesn't have the authority to define you. It only has the ability to teach you. It's not a prison designed to lock you down. It's a classroom designed to build you up. Every mistake, every failure, every heartbreak carries a lesson if you're willing to see it. The pain of yesterday was not sent to punish you. It was sent to prepare you. When you begin to look back at the difficult seasons of your life with the eyes of a student Instead of the eyes of a prisoner, you discover wisdom, resilience, and strength that you never knew were there. What once looked like a setback begins to shine as a setup for your future growth. Think about it. When you were in school, you didn't pass the test by ignoring the material. You passed the test by studying it, learning it, and mastering it. Life works the same way. If you keep running from the lessons of your past, you'll keep repeating them. But when you sit in the classroom of your own history, when you dare to ask, what did this season come to teach me? That's when the chains start to fall off. Your past might have bruised you, but it also built you. It gave you tools you can use today. It taught you empathy when you were hurt. It taught you determination when you failed. It taught you gratitude when you lost. None of it was wasted. Every chapter has value. The classroom of your past hands you the notes, the blueprints, the instructions that you need to navigate your tomorrow with more wisdom than you had yesterday. So stop treating your past like a prison guard whispering, "You can't," and start treating it like a teacher reminding you, "No, you know." Every scar is a lesson. Every setback is a lesson. Every disappointment is a lesson. And the more lessons you gather, the more prepared you become to step boldly into the vision waiting for you. Excuses are the silent killers of dreams. They sound reasonable. They feel justified. And they can even dress themselves up as logic. But at the end of the day, excuses are nothing more than chains disguised as comfort. People tell themselves, "I'll start when I have more money. I'll move forward when I have more time. I'll chase my dream when the kids are grown, when the bills are lighter, when the fear is gone." But the truth is, if you wait for perfect conditions, you'll be waiting your whole life. A dream is like a fire. It requires fuel to burn bright. But excuses are not fuel. Excuses are water. Every time you feed your dream with an excuse, you're pouring water on the flame, suffocating the very fire that was meant to light your path. Your dream doesn't need your reasons. It needs your resilience. It doesn't need your someday. It needs your right now. When you look at the people who have achieved greatness, it's not because life handed them perfect circumstances. It's because they made a choice to show up despite the imperfections. They turned their "I can't" to "I must." They turned their "not now" into "if not now, then when." What separates those who succeed from those who don't is not talent, not luck, not resources. It's the refusal to let excuses become the steering wheel of their lives. Excuses will always show up dressed as protection. They whisper, "Don't try, you might fail. Don't speak, they might laugh. Don't risk it, you might lose." But here's the reality failure teaches. Rejection builds strength and loss creates hunger. Excuses keep you safe, but they also keep you small. And no dream worth living was ever built from a place of smallness. If you want your dream to live, you must starve your excuses and feed your execution. You must decide that your vision matters more than your comfort. You must be willing to trade the temporary safety of an excuse for the permanent power of action. Because the dream in your heart cannot, and will not, survive on excuses. It demands courage, discipline, and a decision to move forward even when conditions are not perfect. Most people are waiting for someone else to grant them permission to live. They're waiting for approval from their family, validation from their friends, or acceptance from society before they dare to step into their fullness. But the truth is, nobody can give you that permission but you. If you keep waiting for the world to crown you worthy, you'll spend your life sitting on the sidelines, watching others play the game you were designed to win. To live full means to show up with all of who you are. Your gifts, your quirks, your strengths, your voice, and even your scars. It means not shrinking in the presence of others, not dimming your light because someone else can't handle the brightness. Living full is about emptying out every talent, every idea, every ounce of creativity, so that when your time is done, you can say, I left nothing behind. I gave this world the best of me. But living full is only half the picture. You must also love full. Too many people walk through life guarded, afraid to give their heart, afraid to trust, afraid to forgive. They ration love like it's a scarce resource, but in reality, the more you give it, the more it multiplies. To love full means to extend kindness without fear of rejection, to forgive without keeping score, to show compassion even when it's not convenient. Love full is about living with an open heart, even when life has given you reasons to close it. When you live full and love full, you create a ripple effect. People around you feel the energy of your authenticity. They see a model of what it looks like to step into life unapologetically. Your courage gives others permission to be courageous. Your love inspires others to love. The impact goes far beyond what you can see, because fullness is contagious. Permission is not something you wait for, it's something you declare. Every morning you wake up, you must decide, today I will not play small. Today I will not hold back. Today I will live full and love full. That declaration changes how you move, how you speak, how you show up. And when you start living from that space, you discover that the only thing you were ever missing was the decision to begin. Too many of us walk through life discounting ourselves like we're on a clearance rack. We lower our voice, we settle for less, we shrink in relationships, in careers, in opportunities, just to be accepted, just to be chosen, just to belong. But your worth is not up for negotiation. It is not dependent on someone else's approval, and it is not determined by how others treat you. Your worth was written into your existence the moment you were born. When you negotiate with your worth, you send a signal to the world that it's okay to undervalue you. You teach people how to treat you by the way you treat yourself. If you keep saying yes when you mean no, if you keep tolerating less than what you deserve, if you keep settling for relationships, jobs, or environments that drain you, you're telling the world that you don't recognize your own value. And the world will believe you. Your worth is not measured by your bank account, your job title, or your mistakes. It's measured by the fact that you are here, breathing, alive, and capable of impact. The moment you stop attaching your value to external validation, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting for someone else to say, you're good enough, and you begin walking in the certainty that you always were. That kind of confidence changes everything. It changes how you enter a room, how you speak up, and how you chase your dreams. Negotiating with your worth keeps you small. It makes you play the role of a supporting character in your own story when you were designed to be the lead. But when you decide that your worth is non-negotiable, you stop begging for opportunities and start creating them. You stop asking for permission and start giving yourself access. You stop waiting for someone to choose you, and you start choosing yourself. Every breakthrough begins the moment you draw a line in the sand and say, no more discounts, no more settling, no more shrinking. That's when life begins to rise up and meet you at the level of your decision. Because the truth is, life doesn't give you what you're worth. It gives you what you're willing to demand based on how you see yourself. And when you stop negotiating with your worth, the world has no choice but to rise to your standard.